Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am still Gmod Monti. Although it has been a few months, I am finally here to make the tutorial on how to set up your own Gmod server, as had been asked in my comments. So anyways, what you're going to do first is hop over to your hosting website. If you don't have one of these, you should either get it or you can host it from your computer, but that's more complicated to actually install, and I'd rather not do that. So what you're going to do is just head over to the Manage section. It doesn't have to be like this, the interface, but they all have a Manage section. And you go over to your, first off, you're going to go to your file management. And here, you're just going to go into your Gmod folder and into your Game Modes folder. In here, what you're going to do is you're going to be putting in the game mode that you want the server to be running. Terror Town, Trouble in Terrorist Town, that's pre-installed. Sandboxes as well. You can get it from the workshop usually, or you can upload. I like to use GitHub, for example, DarkRP. What you do is you grab here, code, right, copy this, go back to the file manager, you go to Git Actions, you do clone, you paste the URL and you press done. Once you've done that, it'll show up in here. I have my own game mode here, which I'm currently working on, so I'm not going to be installing DarkRP, but it would be installing here. And now after that, you're going to be able to enter it and set up all your config files or whatever. Edit the code if you really want to. See, for Sandbox, you can hop in here and change whatever. Doesn't really matter. It changes from game mode to game mode, so it's not really important. One thing is, for a lot of RP game modes, they use DarkRP as a base and simply rename it. So if you're going to be doing something like Star Wars RP, Military RP, you're going to be using DarkRP still. But this is the link. I'll link it in the description if you want it. I guess I can also list Pegasus Hosting. They are not sponsoring this video or anything. I don't get 30 views on most of my videos, so it would be quite funny if they did, but this is just the one I've chosen to use because they have really low prices, and I don't have a lot of money. Anyways, after you've installed the game mode, you're going to want to head over probably to your add-ons section, where you're going to be putting in all your add-ons. For example, SamAdmin, which is one of my favorite admin modules, which you can get from gmodstore.com. where you can find a lot of really good add-ons. Here's SamAdmin, see, first result. A1, a lot of good things are on here. They do cost quite a bit, but you can just install them into your add-ons folder. You're either going to upload them from your desktop like this. You're just going to pick a zip and you're going to upload it. You can do from the workshop, where you put in the workshop link. So you can go to the Gmod workshop like this, right? Just go into the add-ons. And I don't know, maybe you want to install this thing. You just copy these numbers here, and you'd paste them in here, and you press download. You can also put the full link, I believe, but I just tend to put the ID because it doesn't cause issues like that. Once you've done that, you can go in here and config all your add-ons, config files and such. These are in Lua, so you might want to read up a bit how Lua works before you mess with these, but usually should be fine. If you don't, just be careful to not change the syntax too much of the file. Once you've done all that, or before you do all this, you're going to want to go to the startup parameters, which in this case are here. And there's several options. Here you can set the exact name of the map the server starts on, the Steam account token, which I'm going to cover up in post, because they don't want this to be accessible publicly. You can get this, well, you can just search this on Google how to get this. This makes the ranking of your server go up. It's quite important if you're on a popular game mode. And here put the game mode name. This is the one you find in the folder here in file management. You go to Gmod, game modes again. This is the exact name, see? So for Sandbox, you just copy Sandbox and you put it here. That's what the game mode is going to be starting on. This is the tick rate. This is how much the server refreshes, how many times, how many times it refreshes, how many times it does things each second. I like to set it to 30, but it's by default at 22 on most server hosters. You can set the limit players. Some hosts don't allow you to set your own limit because they make you pay for player slots. This isn't the case, and so I can just type whatever I want. I don't know, 33, but 32 should be fine. And then there's the workshop ID. For the workshop ID, you're going to go to the Gmod workshop again. And what this is for workshop collections for all your add-ons. So for example, let's go here. We're going to go to collections. You're probably going to want to have your own, which you can create by pressing create collection here and putting add-ons in it afterwards. But maybe you want to have this. No, actually no, I don't want to put some gay stuff in there, but only collection. I don't know. Just copy the ID here. Samsung San. Anyways, you're just going to want to paste that in here. and then you're just going to press done, and that's automatically going to download your workshop collection to the server box. It's not going to show up in add-ons, so in add-ons you want to edit or config, you're going to want to put into the file management. That's most of the things. You can add sub-users where you give access to other people to your server. You don't really want to be doing that because that's quite dangerous. A lot of server hosts have a mod manager also. They're node-minded, so I've never used it. Don't know what's actually in here, but they usually have a few buttons to install popular mods, or for example ULX or Docker-P. It's not actually loading, so let's just go to the next thing. Backdoor scanner isn't really essential, but it can be useful, and FastDL isn't necessary for your host to have, but it is quite easy because normally you have to use a tool or simply use Workshop DL to be able to have this. To make Workshop DL, I'll see, stop responding. Anyways, to make Workshop DL or FastDL, you just go Workshop DL. You just search this, and you just use one of these makers, put in the collection, and it'll just make the resource.lua for you. You can see all the information here. It shouldn't be that hard. Most things from Gmod Server you can just search up on Google quite easily, so it shouldn't be all that much of an issue. Let's just close that because it's not loading. Once you've set up all your files, you're going to want to start the server up for the first time. So we're going to go to the console. Let's see if it loads. Seems to not be loading. Alright, it's not loading. Anyways, you're going to want to go to the console, and you're going to want to start the server up. It's going to tell you any errors. It's going to tell you what add-ons it's installing from the collection, and then it's going to tell you when it's done. It's going to give you the server IP somewhere, which you can connect from. Do remember to hold on, why is this taking so long to load? Let's just go back to here. Alright, let's just not use that. It seems my internet has died, but that's fine. That shouldn't stop the tutorial, because all their files on the server box are exactly the same, well, almost exactly the same as your regular old Garry's Mod files that you actually have on your own computer. So we're just going to carry on going into the actual Garry's Mod files, which I happen to have right here. So in the Garry's Mod file, you see this is the same setup with the add-ons and the game modes and everything. Right. So once you're done with that, you're going to go into the config file, because here you have server.config, which in my case is empty, but on the server box we'll have the password settings and a bunch of other things that are very important. This is relevant, so I don't know why I opened it. Apologies. Anyways, in the servers.cfg, you can set up the server password, the server name, and a few other things. Right, so that's all. Alright, and I'll see you next video in another year.